I wasn't there, I never heard the sirens or felt the ground shake, but World War II still whispers to me, because history doesn't end when the guns fall silent. When I first learned about the Second World War, what shocked me wasn't just the bombs, the battles, or the bullets. It was the silence. Millions watched hatred grow and said nothing. They watched neighbors disappear and stayed quiet. They believed that if they didn't get involved, the storm would pass. But silence is not neutral, it's a choice. And also, it's the choice that allows the worst thing to happen. I think about that day, about moments in my own life when I saw something being mistreated, judged, or pushed aside, and I hesitate. Okay. I told myself it's not my problem, and that thought scares me because that's exactly the kind of silence the world wants drowned in. We talk about the Second World War in numbers. For example, 75 million dead, cities burned, nations shattered. But numbers can cry, they can dream, they can love. Behind every statistic was a person, a child who loved, a mother who loved, also a mother who baked bread every morning, a soldier who wrote letters he never got to send. War dehumanizes. It turns lives into targets, families into collateral damage, and the terrifying truth is that this still happens today. In modern conflicts, we scroll past it on our phones. Maybe we think it's something normal, but it isn't. I didn't choose this topic because I love war stories. I choose it because every time I read a diary or see a photo of someone who lived through Second World War, I feel the world shake a little inside me. It reminds me that history is not an ancient, it's human, and it keeps repeating itself whenever we forget. I tell this story not because I live it, it's because I don't want to live it. The past is warming and a mirror of responsibility. If we ignore it, we invite it back. If we remember it, we have a chance to build something better. The past cannot speak. That's why we must. And now we have the interview of two soldiers of the Second World War, two from North America and that were used as weapons.
And you saw women on the floor on wooden pallets. When I say women, you saw skeletons. You saw, they didn't know whether men or women or children. They were unbelievable views. I mean, no hair, they were all shorn on their heads, rags hanging on them, no shoe.
What would have happened to me if I wouldn't have thrust my bayonet first into his belly? What was it that we soldiers stabbed each other, strangled each other, went for each other like mad dogs? What was it that we, who had nothing against them personally, fought with them to the very end and death? We were civilized people after all. But I felt that the culture we boasted so much about is only a very thin lacquer which chips off the very moment we come in contact with cruel things like real war. To fire at each other from a distance, to drop bombs is something impersonal.